Good morning. My name is Wesley Fields, and I am chairman of the board of the Friends of the Zoo, which is the governing body that oversees the administration of this zoo. Let me begin by saying welcome to the Kansas City Zoo and also to our new aquarium. You may recall that perhaps the last time we gathered at this site, which was about a year and a half ago, we had announced the initial construction of this edifice that's behind me. We also announced that we were beginning our fundraising campaign to pay for it. It's kind of hard to believe what can occur in an 18-month period as you look behind me and you see what's a nearly complete aquarium. At this point in time, all of our fundraising has been met, and we're now actually working on raising money for our endowment. It's amazing that J.E. Dunn and its trade partners over this last 18-month period has created what you see behind me. I think it's appropriate at this point perhaps to give them a round of applause for their efforts. Now, putting together this project, there are a number of people that we need to thank. And I want to recognize just a few of them this morning for their involvement in what you see behind me. The first of which is the city of Kansas City, Missouri. It certainly would not have been done without the city's support. And here on behalf of the city to give remarks is none other than our mayor, Quentin Lucas.
Good morning, everyone. I want to start by recognizing a lot of the people here, our zoo associates, volunteers, staff, everybody. If you spend your days making the zoo a better place and contributing to our great region, please wave and let us give you a round of applause. I also know, because the zoo is situated in this beautiful Swope Park, a wonderful area for our city, I want to thank anyone from the Parks Department, including our Board of Parks and Recreation Commissioners and staff. Can you wave and allow us to give you a round of applause? And I consider these folks my bosses, but we have the city council members from the 5th District here in Kansas City who have been strong supporters not just of this project, but of the Kansas City Zoo and ongoing investment and opportunity here. Raina Parkshaw and Lee Barnes, I ask you to wave and be recognized. So this has been quite an exceptional time in Kansas City. I was fortunate enough to be elected to City Council back in 2015, and I started hearing from then Zoo Director Randy Wistoff about this aquarium idea. And we all kind of said, all right, we'll try to figure out where funding can come from, where things can be laid out to allow us this great opportunity. And then a few things happened along the way. There are your budgetary challenges. There happens to be a very substantial pandemic. There are any number of issues. But throughout that time, the zoo board, so many outstanding supporters. I see several today, like my friend Don Wagner, Shirley Helzberg, and so many others, who I think have done outstanding work to get us to this opportunity today. Something that Mr. Wistoff has told me a number of times, it always related to budget season, but he meant it all the time, was a world-class city deserves a world-class zoo. And now we add to that world-class zoo a world-class aquarium. Adding to the successes we've seen in Kansas City in recent years, and just this one, a new KCI airport terminal, streetcar expansion, the successful NFL draft, an upcoming World Cup, new business opportunity and development, Kansas City's population being its largest in the city's history, we add this, something that will entertain generations of Kansas Cityans for the future, that will educate, and more than anything, that will allow this city to remain world-class and to be the dynamic tourist destination, entertainment, academic destination that we know it to be. I say on behalf of all of us in Kansas City, for all of you who've had a role in this, Thank you. And I tell one personal story relating to it. As a kid, I remember coming to the Kansas City Zoo, and it was a little different back then. And I still remember seeing some of the exhibits, and one of the more recent exhibits set on the side, dedicated at a certain point, and it had Mayor Charles Wheeler, MD, on it. And I note that because that meant that that exhibit was dedicated in pretty much in the mid-1970s. I was a child a little bit after that. And so seeing now the rejuvenation, the investments, the spirit that we're doing, the amount of changes that you all have been able to make in recent years to build this outstanding facility lets us know that not just for this generation, but for generations to come, we'll have outstanding exhibits and facilities, but more than anything, ongoing and outstanding support for our world-class zoo and our outstanding aquarium. Thank you all so very much for being part of this. I am thrilled to go through the new aquarium, and more than anything, as a father of a 2-year-old, thank you for giving me a great number of things to do on Saturdays for years to come. God bless you and thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, for those words. Thank you also for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us this morning. In 2011, Jackson and Clay counties did something remarkable that has changed how we're able to function as a zoo. They passed a 1/8 cent sales tax. By virtue of that 1/8 cent sales tax, we also created a zoological district, which is the district that oversees the expenditure of those funds. What we have today certainly would not have occurred but for the creation of the zoological district. So now I'm going to ask the chair of the zoological district to come forward. Greg, would you please join me?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Greg Knutson, and I'm chair of the Zoological District Commission. As Wesley said, in 2011, there was a tax passed by the voters of Clay and Jackson County to essentially help fund a majority of the operational budget and the capital projects of the zoo. And over the last 10 years, we have raised about $200 million and have been the majority contributors to the Penguin Plaza, the orangutan canopy, the Stingray Bay, the elephant exhibit, and now we are proud to support the aquarium. Of the $77 million budget, the zoological district is putting in about $45 million. And over the last 10 years, as I said, we've put in almost $200 million. And I think I would like to thank all the voters in Clay and Jackson County for that, because it's called the Kansas City Zoo, but voters in Liberty, Missouri, Excelsior Springs, Missouri, Kearney, Missouri, Gladstone, Missouri, Independence, Blue Springs, and as Jared, the commissioner presiding commissioner of Clay County, will tell you, there's a lot of cities north of the river that have all spent a lot of money to help this zoo, because we view this zoo as being something that is a community asset, that's something that we can all be proud of, whether or not we live in Liberty, Excelsior, Blue Springs, or Independence. And so we have proudly supported the zoo since 2012, when we initiated and started collecting the taxes. And this is just the next step. We're already talking about what we're going to do next, because as soon as we get done with this, we're going to have a new project. And so the voters of Clay and Jackson County and all the cities are very proud to support the zoo. We're proud of the staff. Randy Wistoff was a fantastic executive director. Sean Putney has been great and will continue to be great, and we are proud to support those guys. And we're really proud that we basically have a public-private partnership, because one thing that Randy really instituted when he was here was the ability to go out and get community members like the Helzbergs to come in and support the zoo and augment what the zoo district is putting in terms of money. So we've been able to build a $77 million facility with just $45 million in taxes. That's incredible. What other political subdivision, what other government agency or department or any political subdivision in the state has that type of success in getting the private sector to come in and donate the money that we're having here? So Randy Wistoff and Sean Putney and all the staff, they have been truly instrumental in the transformation of this zoo in the last 20 years. And as I said, the Zoo District Commission is proud to support the zoo, and we will continue to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. As I said earlier, it's hard to imagine where we would be today without the support of the Zoological District. In addition to that, as has already been mentioned, a couple of counties have really stepped up in connection with getting that zoological district formed, and they continue to provide support to the zoo. So I'm now going to ask the executive from one of those counties, Jackson County, to come forward and bring remarks.
Good morning. Before I start, I want to introduce some of our county legislators that are here today. Ms. Vanessa Husky, she is 2nd District, and Mr. Charlie Franklin is here. He's our 3rd District Jackson County Legislature. So I want to make sure you guys be nice to me, so we'll see. No, just kidding. But I'm very excited to be here. It's an honor on behalf of Jackson County residents whose support is critical to the success of the Kansas City Zoo and the new aquarium. My involvement with the zoo dates all the way back to 2011. My wife Teresa and I, we were happy to co-chair the zoo tax campaign along with former Mayor Sly James. And it made it possible for us to be standing here today to celebrate the zoo's continued growth and value to our community. This project is exciting, and I would like to congratulate the Board of Directors, the Zoo Executive Sean and his staff, the Zoological District Commissioners, where and my legislator Charlie Franklin serves as our county representative. Our residents and their families look forward to experiencing an ocean right here at home. In Jackson County, we kind of provide some ocean vibes of our own. We own 2 beaches at Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and and as you know, our Jackson County Park System is world renowned. It's the 3rd largest county park system in the country. We own and operate those beaches, and I will never forget the program that I started 7 years ago. It's called Our Kids to the Park, where we take inner city kids to Eastern Jackson County so they can have the experience of walking on the sand on our beaches, swimming in our lakes. And I just remember the first group that came through 7 years ago, the question I always got was, are there sharks in the water? And I kept trying to assure them there were no sharks in the water, but they, like I said, a lot of these kids have never stepped in sand, they've never swum in a lake. And then they said, well, will fish bite our toes? And I said, I don't think so. I think when you splash, they'll just get out of the way, no big deal. And they end up having a great day, 2 hours of fun. But today I can confidently confirm that there are no sharks in our beaches in Jackson County, but there will soon be a place that people and those kids can see sharks safely, up close and personal, thanks to all of you. So I'm proud to be a part of this historic moment for Jackson County that will add to the beat of the American heartland. And it's all thanks to all of our hard work. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Frank, for being here this morning and also for your critical support of the zoo. Before I bring up the next person, let me just say that this is a beautiful day, but I will likely not be wearing a suit and tie at the zoo ever again. I'm a little warm. With respect to the next person I want to bring forward, as I mentioned, there are 2 counties, Jackson and Clay County, that have been instrumental in supporting the Kansas City Zoo. So now I'm going to ask the presiding commissioner of Clay County, Jerry Nolte, to come forward and provide remarks.
My name is Jerry Nolte. I'm the presiding commissioner of Clay County, and I think we've had a lot of kudos for a lot of the staff here and a lot of the people who work this zoo, but I think we should give Sean the credit for such a great day to be here. I'm sure he'll take that little bit of a kudo. This is a great day, not just for the zoo and the aquarium, but for the partnership that exists between Clay and Jackson counties. It's one of those things that is rather rare, and I've pointed to it more than once as far as an example of how different governmental subdivisions can work together and do something that is truly pushes forward the greater good, and I think that this accounts for that. I'm proud to be involved with the zoo district. I'm a commission member. I first got involved with the zoo as a state legislator. Randy came down and they had this idea about a zoo district, and it was like, okay, well, that sounds pretty cool. So we worked on that. I was able to contribute something to that effort. So I was a fan then, and I'm still a fan now. And as presiding commissioner of Clay County, I've got to tell you, we are very happy and very proud to be able to participate in this project, this institution that truly does promote the greater good. The investment of our citizens has really helped to produce this world-class zoo. And it's not just enjoyed by our community, those of us in our two counties, but it's enjoyed by everyone, not only from the entire metropolitan area, but there are people from all over the country and internationally that come and enjoy this real gem of the Midwest. I say it's more because it's Kansas City Zoo, but in fact, it is the zoo that we all enjoy and that we all participate in, and rightly so. As far as our own citizens go, residents of Jackson and Clay counties have visited our zoo at no charge, for free, over 500,000 times. It's a lot of turnstiles going around. Almost 1 million discounted admission tickets have been provided to residents of the two counties, and over 150,000 discounted memberships have been provided. And my daughter and my two grandsons are certainly happy to be among that number. They enjoy the zoo quite a bit. The only problem I have with bringing my grandkids to the zoo is I get way too much exercise trying to chase down a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. And my knees aren't in that great a condition. We in Clay County are really thrilled to be a part of this zoo experience and the new aquarium. And what it means, we're excited about what it means for the entire regional area. And we look forward to continuing to work together to push forward this momentum of progress that we have established here. And the most exciting part of it is the promise that it holds for the future and for our community to work together as one cohesive unit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jerry, and thank you to all of our speakers who have joined us here today. We really appreciate your support and coming out here with us. I would like to go off script immediately, Kim, and I'm sorry for this, but something from Jerry said made me think about the weather today. When we woke up this morning, we had a media event this morning at 6 o'clock, and I can tell you the first thing that you do as a zoo director is look at the weather. And the whole day looked perfect except for 11 o'clock. So I might or might not have asked for some higher power to help us out at 11 o'clock. It turned out okay. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Sean Putney. I'm the executive director here at the zoo. For me, I've been here for 16 years now. And one of the reasons why my wife and I came down here to Kansas City from Omaha 16 years ago was because of the fact that there's so much promise that was here at the zoo. And Randy was able to lure me down after the second time. And there's so much room here at the zoo. There's so much beautiful parkland that how could you say no to coming down here? And when I got down here, I recognized the fact that the zoo was already on a roll. And then you put the zoological district into play, and that really got momentum going. And if you were to ask people, we ask people all the time, how was your day here? And especially folks that are bringing their grandkids here say they haven't been here for a while and they can't believe the changes that have happened. That's what we're going to continue to do and continue to build upon. I give a lot of thanks to my predecessor, Randy, for getting that started. And it's my job and all the directors' jobs and our staff's job to keep that rolling downhill and make this a great place for the animals, for the employees, and for the guests who visit the zoo. So another reason why I came down here was because of the community and the generosity of the community giving towards the zoo, and especially over the last 20 years, we've had a lot of folks who see the good that the zoo can do and have given from their foundations, from their businesses, from themselves towards the zoo to continue to make this a great place for kids of all ages to visit. So today it's been more than 10 years. I know it's hard to believe that, Shirley. 10 years ago, we originally had this conversation where the Helzberg Penguin Plaza was built, and Randy tells this story all the time about talking with Barnett, and Barnett talking to him, and what do you think about building an aquarium? And we've had several different ups and downs with momentum as far as the building goes, but about 3 years ago, we said, okay, we're going for it. And we thank you and Barnett. I know he's not able to be with us today, but we thank you both for sticking with us and allowing us the opportunity to build this magnificent facility. It's not quite done yet. We have about 2 more months of substantial completion left. But I would definitely like to thank J.E. Dunn and all of the subcontractors who spent the day making sure it was a great place for everybody to visit afterwards. It truly is a remarkable place. If you haven't been here since ground opening, you're in for a huge surprise. So, like I said earlier, if you know Shirley and Barnett, they don't give up easily. They hung out with us and stuck it out for this long journey and worked with us to make this dream a reality. So it's my honor to invite Shirley up to the podium and join me on stage to announce the name that we have chosen for the aquarium. Shirley.
Thank you, Sean, so much. And it's been a treat for me to sit here today and hear so much of the history. And then I have to think about my history and our history as a family. And I'm proud to say that I was a volunteer here. I think it was about 53 years ago when I was a junior league provisional. And so much change has happened. And in those days, we had a very small area where we took care of animals. And I got to carry in diapers a little baby chimpanzee. So lots of changes that we as a family have seen, enjoyed, participated, brought lots of people here, not only our family, but I just told our mayor, who has a 2-year-old, you need to come camp out in the chimpanzee area if they still let you do that. We came with 3 of our grandchildren when 2 of them were 4, and Leo was about 2, still in diapers. And so we camped out overnight because we needed a bathroom or we would have been outside. And then the next morning we got to feed our children, which they provided for it was a Boy Scout camp out also. And watch the chimpanzees have their breakfast. So we go back many years, many experiences personally, but the greatest part is that the whole community, the area, the 4-state community gets to be here to enjoy, to learn, and the education that comes from the animals and from all the experiences. So it's been our honor to be part of this. And I am sorry, as you heard, Barnett, he will be here by September when we open, so officially. So we experience it in so many ways with our grandchildren. So we were honored, humbled when Randy and Sean asked if we would like to have a naming opportunity. Well, we've been so happy with the penguin in our name there, we thought, no one wants to see our name again, so let's think of something creative, and we came up with a lot of ideas. So officially, the name will be the Sobela Ocean Aquarium. Sobela is in honor of our grandchildren in the order they were born: Sawyer, Oliver, Benton, Eli, Leo, Amelia, and then Arthur. So we're excited that this is a way our family can participate, and we hope this will spur other people to think about their grandchildren and the opportunities here to further the wonderful development that will continue. So thank you all for being here and for letting us be part of this. Boom. Oh, you did.
We figured we'd do that when you said it.
Okay.
Thanks once again, everybody. We appreciate you coming. And for all of the staff, the donors, the companies who have made this thing happen up to this point, we now will open up the aquarium. You can get a little sneak peek of what it will look like. And then we hope you come back and see us on September 1st. Have a good day. Thanks for joining us.